This is so not necessary. I got it. There we go.
Now walk.
Here. Got it.
When you have me to carry you.
I know, but then what am I supposed to do when you're not here?
I'm not going anywhere. All right?
Yeah.
In case you haven't noticed, my girlfriend was shot. She had 2 surgeries and survived an explosion, so they're gonna have to tear me away from you.
I think my Uncle Mac might object.
Why did you say Uncle Max anyways?
Well, because, you know, he was really freaked out after everything. I couldn't say no to him.
Really? Couldn't say no. To find out what his secret is.
Besides, you'll get bored playing nursemaid, and then you'll run off to the hospital for some big bad emergency. Unless this whole taking care of me thing is a way to stay away from the hospital. You're in a major state of avoidance, aren't you?
How are you doing?
Okay, I mean, I'm trying to make myself useful, but I don't know. I'm no good with the family. I'm just as emotional as they are.
Well, Alan's death, thank you, hit everybody really hard. You know, my grandma, Leslie, left to go to the Quartermains to bring a pie, and I told her that I thought Cook had things covered, but she said it was the thought and not the food, and then she started crying.
Yeah. What's funny is Ned and I actually tried to stage like a petty squabble so my mom could walk in and see it, and it'd make her feel better, but she caught on.
Well, if you want to talk, I'm kind of at your mercy.
I need a distraction. I need a murder mystery. I need to know what's the deal with Scott Baldwin.
Well, I'm sure that he knows something about the night Rick Weber died. I can't figure out a way to get him to talk about it without making him suspicious.
Making, who suspicious?
Oh, look who's back.
I understand you've been called as a witness to Alexis's custody hearing. We need to get a couple of things straight first.
Yeah, we do. But it has nothing to do with Alexis.
Hey, what are you doing here?
A lot happened in here. My whole life changed.
So you disappear, and then bam, you come back, almost like you knew something was up.
Well, this is where I live. That's
Right.
where my future is. I was always coming back. It was just a question of when.
But you had other priorities.
Well, you know, my brother Jerry got in a little trouble in Siberia. Took a little longer than I planned.
That's a stand-up thing to do. You know, you drop everything here, and then you fly all over the world playing hero for your brother.
Considering the brother you have, I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Right.
Speaking of Rick, he's decided to show his true colors. He's planning to steal Molly away from Alexis, and he's subpoenaed you to testify. Don't let your temper get the best of you.
Okay, I won't. Why is that your problem anyway?
Because I don't want you to say something that might destroy people's lives.
I'm sorry. I wasn't close to my father, and then he was gone. All you can think about is what wasn't resolved.
Yeah, Alan was waiting. Emily said he tried to hold on, but I didn't make it in time. I never even gave the guy a chance.
That
That sounds like misplaced guilt.
It is what it is. Carly, a man who wanted to be a part of his son's life, and a son who treated him like a stranger.
Alan treated you like a walking tragedy. I'm sorry. I know he's gone, and I don't mean to speak ill of the dead. And I know he was devastated that he didn't have a close relationship with you, but the way he treated you after the accident, Jason, it was only natural for you to pull away. You can't blame yourself.
Scott, what brings you back?
Well, I wanted to finish the conversation I was having with Leslie without your father breathing down my neck.
Well, my grandma went over to the Quartermains, but you should probably call before you show up. We're not really good with surprises.
Listen, Dylan, I'm sorry about your loss. Alan and I, we go way back.
Thank you.
So, anyway, what are you guys suspicious about? What's going on?
My mom still thinks that I'm a business major, and if she finds out that I changed my major back to film, she's gonna go postal. So, you know, she just can't find out, especially now.
So you're attracted to bad boys, huh? That's the trouble your mother had.
That's interesting, because I thought the trouble that my mom had was accidentally killing someone in the Scorpio attic. Maybe you could set me straight on what really happened that night.
I'm not avoiding. My test results aren't available till the end of the day, so you're stuck with me.
Great.
So do you want to talk about someone who's really avoiding?
Okay. Fine. You want to talk about your trip to Vegas?
Ancient history.
Yeah, me too. I'm totally over it. See, I'm not avoiding anything.
You almost died.
But I didn't. Thanks to my brilliant doctor-surgeon
Okay,
boyfriend.
but someone you really care about did die. You want to talk about that?
You know, if I hadn't been shot, Alan might have lived. I was the only other doctor there.
I know how much Alan meant to you, but it wasn't your fault.
And it wasn't a complicated condition. People have heart attacks all the time, and they're fine if they just get the proper care.
You once told me that you might not have become a doctor if Alan hadn't encouraged you. You might not have lived, you said. He was a connection to a very special time in your life.
For months, all I thought about was Stone's health, and Alan was the one who took care of me. I owe him a lot more than what he got.
I'm sure he'd forgive you.
Hey.
Hey,
cousin.
Hello.
You look so good.
Thanks. You okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Is she resting?
She's resting.
Well, I didn't really have a choice, did I?
Well, that's right. You know, I wouldn't trust her recovery to anyone but family.
So if Mac's not here, then one of us will be.
What was that?
Oh, it sounded like it came from Maxie's room.
No. Don't worry about it. The base on my floor lamp's broken, so when the heater turns on, it just falls over.
Why'd you get that fixed?
Or you could just get me a new one.
You know what? It sounded really serious. I think you guys should go check it out.
Oh, subtle. Do you want to be alone?
That's all right. I have to go back to work anyway. I'm glad you're here. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay. Get rest. How is she really?
Well, you know, Robin, just being brave. I don't think it's sunk in yet.
I'm glad you're here.
Hey, no fair. What are you two talking about over there?
I was just saying that I will be back before Patrick goes home. My house, my rules. No guys get to stay overnight with any of my girls under my roof.
Thanks, man.
You can come out now.
I heard you guys come in.
Yeah, well, what did you knock over? You nearly had my whole family up here looking.
I heard it too. It wasn't me.
Damn it, Maxie, you were so... It wasn't your stupid lamp that fell over. It was your dog. And he left a really nice present on my rug.
Oh, was there a little bow on it?
Maxie, you need to take care of your puppy.
Well, if you hate animals so much, maybe you should leave the door to your room closed.
Maxie, I don't hate animals. You know that. But I hate when you adopt animals and expect people like me to take care of them. You know what? Fine. Give me the leash. I'll take her.
You know, 5 minutes ago, you were really happy I made it out of that hostage crisis alive, and now you can't stop running me down. You're such a hypocrite, and I want you out of my room.
Are you kidding? Maxie, wait a second. I am happy that you're out of the hostage crisis, but I still can't stand you.
You are good.
You're welcome.
Father?
I suspect that you have the wrong room.
No. How you feeling?
I'm recovering from surgery.
I don't know why I'm here. I do, actually. I owe you something. An apology, or maybe even, an explanation. The way I treated you when you first came into town, especially when you were in the Metro Court lobby,
It's okay. It's okay.
No, I don't know how to explain this. Adrenaline, I guess, sometimes does really strange things to people, and I didn't know whether or not I was going to live or if I was going to die, and now I've had time to think about it, and I am really sorry for accusing you of being like your brother.
Son, what you knew was what your eyes told you.
Yeah, but you're not to blame for what your brother did.
I convinced myself that I had left violence behind me. But I haven't.
Come on, you had a moment of human weakness. And it wasn't intentional. You are not your brother.
The way Alan acted after my accident was about a father trying to hold on to his son.
The truth is, Alan could never stop grieving for his golden boy. The A student who wanted to become a doctor. And the fact that he couldn't let go of his disappointment was the real tragedy, Jason. You did the best you could. You may not have been the devoted son that Alan always wanted, but you never turned him away. You were always there, and you tried.
All I know is it's more difficult to be a parent than I ever imagined.
You know, now that you figured it out, you can avoid making the same mistakes when you become a father.
Can you believe my Uncle Mac? Thank you. Welcome to my adolescence.
He's a throwback.
It's not like I'm in any shape to do anything.
How do you feel?
Fine, the stitches are pulling a little bit. It's kind of tender.
That's not what I'm talking about.
I'm okay.
Robin, you almost died.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
Yeah, because I don't believe that you're fine.
Well, I don't know what you want me to do.
Okay, where are you going?
I'm gonna get some honey for my tea.
I can get you honey.
So can I.
You're acting like you have a cold or something.
I'm fine.
You're in denial.
Would you stop treating me like, I don't know, like I'm weak, okay? I hate that.
Weak to feel what you feel. It takes strength and it takes trust.
What do you want me to do? You want me to cry?
It would be a start. Would help if I did. I got really good at it where you were bleeding in the lobby. I kept picturing the wound in my head the way Emily described it, and it was killing me. Then I also cried when I was outside the OR. When one of the other doctors was trying to fix up the mess I made of you. All I wanted to do was save your life. What?
You really cried over me?
I was a mess. And if you tell anyone, I'll deny it.
What are you doing?
I can't stay anymore. Too many close calls.
Well, it's too dangerous on the street. You can't be seen in public.
I've been monitoring the news reports. The only description on me right now is height and weight.
You still can't risk it.
It might be my only chance to get out of town before one of the others in custody gives me up.
Well, where are you gonna go?
I don't know. But it'll be far away from Port Charles.
Actually, I've had to fight for everything that's mine. You, on the other hand, think everything comes to you with a warranty. If it breaks down a little bit, just get it replaced, get it fixed, whatever you do.
That's right.
Nothing you do matters anyway, so.
And you're the poor boy who put up a good fight and rose to the top, right? Well, you and I both know it's all an act. The only real anchors in your life are children who depend on you and killers who are on your payroll. So don't lecture me about what's irreplaceable. I know the value of what I have and how to keep it.
Sonny, we need to go. Don't look so worried. We talked, and believe it or not, I am fine with it.
Thank you. I always get thirsty when I'm being interrogated.
Well, spill it.
Okay, so you said you and Laura are young and in love. Smash cut to the attic.
Yeah, well, Laura was young. She had a curfew back then, so we used to meet in the attic above the garage.
Without anyone knowing.
You had the boathouse, they had the attic. Go on.
Well, on this particular night, when I showed up, Laura was already there. And there was a woman, and she was lying dead on the floor.
What woman?
Teresa Carter. She was a nurse.
Rick's lover, we know.
And Rick was there too, right?
Yes. Rick told me that Laura had showed up, and she thought that this woman was trying to hurt Rick, so she tried to protect him and killed her. Of course, she got hysterical, so Rick gave her a shot, and that not only calmed her down, but it also blocked out what had happened. So Rick asked me to protect her, and if I wanted to do that, the best way was to cover this up.
And you didn't think that my mom could handle the truth?
Your mother was young. She was younger than you. And she was very, very vulnerable.
Okay, but basically, I mean, you did what Rick asked.
Well, at that time in my life, I hadn't learned to question authority. I loved Laura, and I would have done anything to keep her safe. And Rick told me that she would never remember anything.
Yeah, and he injected her to make sure.
Well, he was her stepfather and a doctor, so I left it up to him, and it worked.
Yeah, until 2002 when my mom started to remember.
Yeah, well, I always had imagined what would happen if Laura had remembered, and I was right to worry. But like I said, I would have done anything to protect her.
What exactly do you mean by anything?
So how come you don't go running off to your girlfriend? Wouldn't she give you a safe place to hide?
Oh, it depends. The more money I have, the better she likes me. Right now, I'm broke.
Well, traveling costs money, and I don't have any to give you.
I won't rob anybody if that's what you're worried about. Or take hostages. I sure won't take your money. You've already saved my life. That's more than enough.
Wait. Do you trust me?
What does that have to do with anything?
I just think going on the run is a big mistake. You need to hide in plain sight.
I keep saying you almost died because it was deliberate. Not a random act. A car crash or an aneurysm. Or even AIDS. These people intentionally tried to end your life because they could, and I tried to imagine how that must have felt or would have been like, and
I remember seeing the flash from the gun. You know how I feel about guns.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, my stomach was burning. Instinctively, I tried to diagnose myself. GSW to the abdomen. And then I felt my body starting to go numb. I knew that I was going into shock. When the pain got really bad, I left my body. I was kind of over myself watching everything. But I knew that you were on the other end of the phone, talking Emily through the surgery. Everyone was panicking, but I was completely calm because I knew that you were there. And I just tried so badly to say something. I kept trying to, I wanted them to tell you. I just wanted them to tell you so badly.
What?
That no matter what happened, if I didn't make it, that I loved you so much.
I knew that.
After the surgery, I was in this really weird state. I would kind of drift awake long enough to see bits and pieces, kind of like fast forwarding through commercials. Everyone was moving around. Sonny was there, then he wasn't. Then all of a sudden, Elizabeth turned into Lulu, and then I heard Alan. He sounded really scared. And then I heard the words heart attack. Then I heard them use the paddles. And I just was trying. I just kept telling myself, if I can just stand up, if I can just get up, I can help him. But my body was not responding to what my mind was trying to tell it to do. And every minute that passed, I knew that he was lying there getting worse, and I wasn't doing anything. I was just lying there. He was truly a gentleman. He was so good to me, and he was so good to Stone when no one knew what to make of us. He taught me about tolerance. He taught me that there is no room for prejudice in medicine or in life. I mean, I know he had his problems. But Alan, he just had the kindest, biggest heart. Alan didn't have to die. I didn't have to live. That's random.
Hey.
I'm gonna miss him a lot. I'm gonna miss my friend.
I don't want you guys getting into some big fight because of me.
We weren't talking about you.
Really?
Yeah, we were talking about Alexis. Because you know how close Jax is with Alexis, and he's worried about her.
I came here to talk to Sonny about the custody hearing. I wanted to warn him that Rick will try to pull out all the legal tricks to get Molly away from Alexis and not to fall into his trap.
Okay, fine. You know what? The school called. Michael got into a fight. This is from the counselor. I already talked to them, but they want to make sure you know that your son's acting out. Jax and I have to go.
Max told you I was at the hospital to see Father Ruiz, right?
Is everything okay?
Yeah,
I mean, the thing about being held hostage with someone is you kind of get to see who they really are, and he really isn't a bad person. He's just trying to put all the wrong he's done behind him, and I guess you can't blame him. I mean, anyone would really want to do that.
Sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes things stay with you forever. Choices you make that affect people's lives.
I know you're hurting over Alan. I wasn't sure I should say anything to you or tell you this, but I think it might be worse if your grandfather just springs it on you at the service.
Okay, you lost me.
Okay, I know. I'm sure I did. Edward wants me to work on you to help bring you back to the Quartermains.
This must be really hard for you. I mean, Luke's your father and you love him, but he is to blame for what happened to Laura.
Really? It seems like from everything we know, if anyone was to blame, it'd be Rick.
Well, Laura had buried these memories of killing Teresa for 30 years. She had a life and she had a family. And it hadn't been for Luke, who came along and pushed it. He knew that I would never have let Laura go off the deep end. I mean, Rick was desperate, he was running out of time. And Luke just stirred things up.
Why wouldn't you warn my mother about Rick if you knew so much?
Because I thought that if I warned your mother, it might set off a chain of events. And it turned out worse than I imagined. Rick Weber's dead, and your mother is the way she is.
You're leaving?
Yeah, you tell Leslie I'll come back at another time, but I'll call first.
Wait a minute. We're not done here.
Yeah, we are done here, okay? Listen, Lily, you don't want to think about this, but your mother is the way she is because of your father.
What's this about you fighting at school?
Oh, Mrs. Dombrowski got it all wrong. Alex and I weren't fighting. We were just playing.
You're just playing.
Yeah.
You're not lying to me.
No. Everyone knows that you don't fight at school. You want to do it at the park.
Don't tell your mom that.
So, did you talk to Mom?
Yes, I did.
Did you fight?
Why? There's nothing to fight about.
Well, Jax is back.
Yeah, did you have to remind me?
Mom says that she's gonna go back to that place, the Dominican Republic.
Mm-hmm.
So she can divorce you again.
Okay, if we are going to change the front desk, we're going to have to do it now.
Okay, you know what? You didn't drag me out of Sundays to discuss full plans. You want him to think that everything's okay between us, which it's not. And you're trying to make him jealous.
I don't need to make him jealous. I don't want to be with Sonny.
You want our life back?
I want my life back. I want the life back where I get to decide who I am and where I am. And if you want to be a part of that, I will be happy beyond words. But if you don't, fine. We will just go back to strictly being partners in this hotel, and that's all.
You'd be okay with that?
No, I wouldn't be okay with that. I would be devastated, and I would cry, and I would yell, and I would probably do a lot of stupid things to prove that you don't matter to me when you really, really do matter to me.
Okay.
But then I would get over it because I'm not going to fall apart for any man ever again.
Well, as long as we're laying it out, I won't have my heart kicked in again either. And I won't put my trust and faith into someone to find out that I'm wrong again. And I have to know that I won't find Sonny in our bed, okay?
Jax.
Now, you have to understand that it might take me a while to accept that none of those things are going to happen.
Well, even when he's grieving, Edward is Edward.
I just think he loves you and he wants you near, and I probably shouldn't have said anything.
No, I'm glad you did.
Hold on, I'm gonna get rid of this. Hello?
Seems to me that if you and Lucky are getting married again, there's no reason to moon over Jason.
No, I'm sorry. That's gonna be impossible. I have another commitment. Maybe another time. I guess I'm gonna have to miss it. Okay, then.
Miss what?
There was some news magazine show. They want to do a piece on the hostage crisis. They saw my interview.
Do you want to do it?
Oh, it's tomorrow in New York City.
I mean, if it's something you want to do.
No, Jason. Alan's funeral's tomorrow.
You already got a taste of what's going to happen there. Edward's going to keep pressuring you to bring me back to the
No,
court.
I can handle Edward.
I know, but it's not fair to you. It's not fair to Edward. He is grieving. Or maybe it's just better if I go along, you know?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll be okay. I promise. I mean, you deserve to get credit for what you did.
I guess I'll take the 5 o'clock shuttle. Well, maybe the 6 o'clock shuttle. I didn't realize it was so late.
Maybe I should get you a watch or something.
Oh, no. I prefer the Blue Edge. Thank you. Well, I work in the hotel, and I knew that there was an access to the ledge on the 2nd floor, and I was just trying to help. I am not a hero. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
If you're here to spy for Sonny, I'll fire you in a heartbeat, even if it means upsetting Carly.
Look, I'm not a spy, all right? I don't work for Mr. Corinthos anymore. I'm loyal to Mrs. C.
Well, Mrs. C only owns half the hotel. I own the other half. So I need to know that you can provide discreet, courteous security for the hotel, the staff, and most of all, the patrons. Is that understood?
Yeah, you got my word.
Excuse me, Mr. Jack, sorry. Do you know if you're going to be hiring more security when the hotel reopens?
Well, actually, we're hiring now.
Well, my friend happens to have a lot of experience in security.
And does your friend have a name?
Cool. 3. I know that I'm not supposed to trust the guy, but I feel like Scott believed every word that he said.
Rashomon. Akira Kurosawa.
Dylan.
No, okay, listen, in the movie, Rashomon, a guy dies, okay? And all of the eyewitnesses pretty much say what they saw. The thing is, each of them has a different account for what happened, but none of them are lying. Basically, what the film's trying to depict is that we all have a different perception of reality. And Scott, his perception really is that Luke is the bad guy. And I understand that. I understand that because, you know, when Laura met Luke and fell in love with Luke, that changed Scott's life in a really weird sort of way. Now, he looks at Luke, he looks at all of you, and he feels like Jit, you know? Yeah. Hi.
Registered letter for Luke Spencer?
Oh, hey, I'll sign. I'm his daughter. Thanks.
Thank you.
What's wrong?
Return address is like, it's from the law offices to handle all the, like, the Quartermain personal legal stuff.
What? Do you think Tracy finally got a clue?
Well, like a divorce summons? No. Why would you send it here? Luke doesn't live here. Lulu, don't...
Possession is 9/10 the law or something. What? It's from Alan.
What?
Luke, if you have received this letter, it is because I'm dead and I did not want the truth of who killed Rick Weber to die with me. The decision to keep this secret was difficult and painful, but necessary for reasons.
Go forward to where they... Who did it?
I'm looking for it, but there's so many explanations. I don't...
Sorry to bother you guys, but I forgot something.
Excuse me, I was waiting for Monica, but I guess she's running late. Can you just tell her I stopped by?
Of course I will. And I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
I guess we're gonna be running into each other a lot.
Sorry.
No. Jason, I know I've said it before, and I'll say it a million times more. I can't thank you enough.
I don't know how to pretend you're not carrying my child. I know how to tell myself not to feel like your baby's father.
I work in the hotel, and I knew that there was an access to the ledge on the 2nd floor, and I was just trying to help. I am not a hero. I just have... I work in the hotel, and I knew that there was an access to the ledge on the 2nd floor, and I was just trying to help. I am not a hero. I just happen to be in the right place at the right time.
Look, your mom says she wants a divorce. So there's nothing more I can do.
Right, but why is she gonna divorce you if she's not even gonna be with Jax?
What do you mean she's not going to be with Jax?
Well, she's happy to see him and he visits a lot, but they haven't said anything about getting married.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? You need to just stay out of this at this point. Let the parents do what the parents do. Don't object when Jack spends the night. Just...
Sonny, you need to stop.
How do you feel?
Better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, you're very smart.
You're just figuring that out now.
She get that.
Can't be as important as being here.
It's the lab.
I'm supposed to have my results till later on today.
Hey. It's my turn now. Don't put it off. Don't be afraid, I'm here.
This is Patrick Drake. Yes. Yeah, I'll have the results now.